Angela Lansbury reveals, marrying a gay man and leaving Hollywood to save her kids from Manson Family. Angela Lansbury, born in 1925 in London, England, grew up surrounded by culture and ambition. Her mother, Moyna McGill, was an accomplished stage and film actress, while her father, Edgar Lansbury, was a respected politician. This unique blend of artistic talent and public service shaped Angela's early worldview. Tragically, her father passed away when she was just 9 years old, a loss that profoundly affected her. During World War II, she found solace and purpose in acting, honing her skills while the world was in turmoil. In 1940, Lansbury emigrated to the United States with her family, seeking safety and opportunity. By her late teens, she had already begun her Hollywood journey, earning acclaim for her talent, grace, and adaptability, qualities that would make her one of the most beloved and enduring actresses in film, television, and theater for decades to come. Angela Lansbury's Hollywood rise. Following her remarkable debut years in Hollywood, Angela Lansbury's career continued to evolve, but it was one role decades later that would forever cement her status as a cultural icon: Jessica Fletcher in the hit television series Murder, She Wrote, 1984-1996. While Lansbury had already proven herself as a gifted actress on both stage and screen, the role of Jessica, a witty and sharp-witted mystery novelist turned sleuth, allowed her to connect with audiences on an entirely new level. The series was an instant success, captivating viewers with its blend of cozy mystery and Lansbury's warm yet commanding presence. Jessica Fletcher wasn't just a character, she was a symbol of intelligence, independence, and resilience, qualities that Lansbury infused into every scene. Unlike many television heroines of the time, Jessica was neither a damsel in distress nor reliant on others to solve problems. She was the driving force of every story, using her intellect and intuition to uncover the truth. Over the course of 12 seasons and more than 250 episodes, Lansbury became a household name across generations. Her portrayal of Jessica Fletcher earned her 4 Golden Globe Awards and 12 Emmy nominations, though, famously, she never won the latter. Still, the affection of millions of viewers worldwide was perhaps the greatest reward. The role allowed Lansbury to maintain an active presence in entertainment well into her later years, demonstrating that a woman could lead a successful primetime series beyond the conventional Hollywood age limits. Beyond the awards and ratings, Murder, She Wrote became a comfort show for many, with Lansbury's portrayal providing a sense of familiarity and reassurance. Her ability to make Jessica feel both like a brilliant investigator and a trusted friend elevated the show from mere entertainment to a cultural phenomenon. Even after the series ended, Lansbury reprised the role in several TV movies, ensuring Jessica Fletcher's enduring place in pop culture. For Angela Lansbury, Jessica Fletcher was not just a role, it was the embodiment of her career's values: grace, strength, and dedication to craft. It proved that great acting could transcend generations and formats, and it solidified her place as one of the most beloved figures in television history. Angela Lansbury at her peak, after the monumental success of Murder. She wrote, Angela Lansbury's career entered a period that can only be described as the golden pinnacle of her acting life. While many actors would have been content to rest on the laurels of such an iconic role, Lansbury continued to challenge herself, expanding her repertoire across television, film, and stage. During this era, she balanced her commitments on Murder. She wrote with acclaimed performances in theater, earning rave reviews in productions such as Sweeney Todd and A Little Night Music. These stage roles showcased her versatility, proving that her talent was not confined to the small screen. At the same time, She made memorable appearances in beloved films like Beauty and the Beast, 1991, where she voiced Mrs. Potts and sang the now classic title song. Introducing her charm to a whole new generation, Lansbury's remarkable ability to inhabit vastly different roles with equal authenticity became her trademark. She could move from a shrewd detective to a tender maternal figure to a commanding stage presence without ever losing the emotional truth of her characters. Industry peers admired her tireless work ethic, professionalism, and unwavering dedication to her craft, even as she navigated the demanding schedules of multiple mediums. Her prominence during this time was reflected not only in awards and nominations, but in the cultural impact of her performances. Lansbury became a symbol of artistic endurance, showing that an actor's prime could span decades when fueled by passion and discipline. She redefined what it meant to have a career peak, proving that success could be sustained well into one's later years without diminishing the quality or depth of the work. This chapter of her career solidified Angela Lansbury as one of the rare performers whose artistry transcended generations and genres. It was not just about being at the top, it was about staying there with grace, talent, and an unyielding commitment to excellence. Angela Lansbury's legendary acting career, building on the resilience she developed from her early life. Angela Lansbury's journey into Hollywood was nothing short of remarkable. At just 17 years old, she made her stunning film debut in Gaslight, 1944, portraying the cunning and manipulative maid Nancy. Her nuanced performance, brimming with maturity beyond her years, immediately caught the attention of critics and audiences alike. For this role, Lansbury received her first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress, an extraordinary feat for a teenager stepping into the industry for the very first time. Her debut not only showcased her undeniable talent, but also signaled the arrival of a new kind of actress, versatile, intelligent, and unafraid to take on complex, morally ambiguous characters. Hollywood quickly took notice, offering her a second major role in The Picture of Dorian Gray, 1945, which earned her yet another Oscar nomination. In a time when many young actresses were typecast into ingenue roles, Lansbury broke the mold, proving she could embody characters of depth and darkness with equal finesse. The mid-1940s became a whirlwind of opportunity for Lansbury. Working under the MGM studio system, she appeared alongside some of the era's most celebrated stars, holding her own with grace and professionalism. Unlike many of her contemporaries, she was never overshadowed by the leading men and women she shared the screen with. Her presence was commanding, her craft meticulous. This early period cemented her reputation as a serious actress, capable of delivering performances that lingered in the minds of audiences long after the credits rolled. By the close of the decade, Lansbury had already achieved what many could only dream of: critical acclaim, industry respect, and a promising career trajectory. Her beginnings in Hollywood weren't just a lucky break. They were the result of a rare combination of talent, discipline, and an unshakable dedication to her art. For Angela Lansbury, Gaslight wasn't merely a first role. It was the spark that ignited a career destined to span over 7 decades. Angela Lansbury's defining role following her remarkable career peak. Angela Lansbury's list of accomplishments in acting reads like a chronicle of excellence and endurance across film, television, and stage. She amassed a legacy that few could rival, demonstrating both artistic versatility and an unshakable commitment to her craft. In cinema, Lansbury received 3 Academy Award nominations early in her career for Gaslight, 1944, The Picture of Dorian Gray, 1945, and The Manchurian Candidate, 1962. These performances showcased her ability to bring complexity and depth to any role. whether portraying a cunning manipulator or a troubled mother. On stage, her achievements were equally monumental. She won 5 Tony Awards for Best Actress in a Musical, with standout performances in Mame, Dear World, Gypsy, and Sweeney Todd. Each role revealed a new facet of her talent, from comedic brilliance to haunting dramatic power. Television brought her perhaps the most enduring recognition, as Jessica Fletcher in Murder. She wrote, Lansbury not only entertained millions over 12 seasons, but also reshaped the image of female leads in primetime television. She received 12 consecutive Emmy nominations for the role, a testament to her consistent excellence. Beyond awards, her work left a cultural imprint, inspiring countless future portrayals of intelligent, independent women on screen. Her contributions were recognized globally. She received honorary awards such as the BAFTA Fellowship, the Kennedy Center Honors, and an honorary Oscar for her lifetime achievements. These honors reflected not just her body of work, but her influence on generations of performers and audiences alike. What made her accomplishments so extraordinary was not merely the number of accolades, but the breadth of her impact. Lansbury's career spanned nearly 8 decades, yet she remained relevant and respected in every era. She proved that true acting mastery lies in continual reinvention, fearless role choices, and a relentless dedication to storytelling. Angela Lansbury's journey to stability. Beyond the glitter of her acting accolades, Angela Lansbury's personal life was marked by both heartbreak and enduring love. In 1945, at the young age of 19, she married actor Richard Cromwell, believing she had found a partner who could share her dreams. Just months later, her world was shaken when Cromwell abruptly left her, leaving only a short note that read, "Sorry, I can't go on." At first, Lansbury was devastated and confused. It was only later that she learned the truth. Cromwell was gay, a fact he had kept hidden. Instead of resentment, Lansbury chose to understand, eventually looking back on the brief marriage with compassion rather than bitterness. Her second marriage brought the stability she longed for. In 1949, she wed British actor and producer Peter Shaw, a partnership that would last over 5 decades until his death in 2003. Together, they raised 3 children, including Shaw's son from a previous relationship, and created a home that balanced the demands of Hollywood with the warmth of family life. While both pursued demanding careers, they remained steadfast in their commitment to each other, proving that love could thrive even under the pressures of fame. Lansbury often credited Shaw with being her anchor, someone who supported her through professional highs and personal challenges. In return, she offered unwavering loyalty and love, standing by him through health struggles and career transitions. Their marriage was a testament to mutual respect, resilience, and shared values, qualities that kept their bond strong for more than half a century. In the end, Lansbury's life off-screen reflected the same grace and emotional depth she brought to her performances. Her journey through love and marriage revealed a woman who could endure loss, embrace understanding, and cherish the rare gift of lifelong partnership. Angela Lansbury's life-changing family crisis. While Angela Lansbury's career in the 1960s was filled with acclaim and high-profile roles, her personal life was hiding a crisis few could have imagined. Behind the glamorous Hollywood facade, she was facing a nightmare that threatened the very safety of her children. The counterculture movement of the late 1960s, with its rebellion, drugs, and dangerous influences, found its way into her own home. Her teenage children, Anthony and Deirdre, began experimenting with drugs. But the situation with her daughter was far more alarming. Deirdre had become involved with a circle connected to Charles Manson, the notorious cult leader whose family would soon commit some of the most infamous murders in American history. Lansbury, recognizing the escalating danger, knew she could not afford to wait for things to spiral further. In 1968, she made a bold and life-altering decision to uproot her entire family from Los Angeles and move to the rural piece of County Cork, Ireland. The choice came at great personal cost. Lansbury was at the height of her career, yet she stepped away from Hollywood for over a year to protect her children. She believed, without question, that this sacrifice was worth it, that it may have saved Deirdre's life. In Ireland, far removed from the toxic influences of Los Angeles, the family began to heal. Anthony eventually turned his life around, building a career as a successful television director. Deirdre also found stability, later opening her own Italian restaurant with her husband. In interviews years later, Lansbury spoke candidly about this period, describing it as one of the most difficult choices she had ever made. Yet she never doubted its necessity. She saw it as a mother's ultimate responsibility to protect her children, even if it meant putting her own ambitions aside. This chapter of her life remains a largely hidden story, overshadowed by her achievements on stage and screen. But it reveals the depth of Lansbury's strength and her fierce devotion to family. For Lansbury, the move to Ireland was not just a geographical change, it was a rescue mission. By leaving behind the temptations and chaos of late 1960s Hollywood, she gave her children the chance to rebuild their lives. The decision would shape the rest of her family's future and stands as a powerful testament to the lengths a mother will go to protect the ones she loves. Angela Lansbury's final curtain call, following a lifetime of artistry, resilience, and unwavering dedication to her craft and family. Angela Lansbury's story came to a graceful close on October 11th, 2022. She passed away peacefully in her sleep at her home in Los Angeles, just 5 days shy of her 97th birthday. True to her nature, there was no grand spectacle surrounding her death. It was quiet, dignified, and filled with the same grace that had defined her life. Lansbury's passing was met with an outpouring of tributes from colleagues, fans, and admirers around the world. Actors, directors, and audiences alike reflected on the warmth she exuded both on and off screen, her professionalism, and the generosity she showed to everyone she worked with. For many, her death marked the end of an era. She had been a living bridge between Hollywood's golden age and the modern entertainment industry. Her funeral was a private affair, attended only by close family members, in keeping with her lifelong preference for humility and privacy. There were no elaborate ceremonies or media events. Instead, her loved ones celebrated her life in the intimacy of shared memories, laughter, and tears. The absence of spectacle did not diminish the magnitude of her legacy. If anything, it amplified it, reminding the world that Angela Lansbury's impact was not dependent on grandeur, but on authenticity. Her death left a void in the hearts of those who had grown up watching her on screen, whether as the sharp-witted Jessica Fletcher in Murder. She wrote the charming Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast, or the countless other characters she brought to life. Even in her final years, Lansbury's spirit remained vibrant, and her work continued to inspire new generations of performers. Angela Lansbury's passing was not merely the loss of a celebrated actress, it was the farewell of a cultural icon whose influence spanned decades. In leaving quietly, she stayed true to herself, reminding us that a life's worth is measured not by the noise it makes at the end, but by the meaning it leaves behind. Angela Lansbury's enduring legacy, even after her passing. Angela Lansbury's influence continues to resonate across generations. Her unmatched versatility, from stage to screen to voice acting, set a gold standard in the performing arts. She left behind not only an extraordinary body of work, but also an example of professionalism, resilience, and grace that inspired countless actors worldwide. For audiences, Lansbury remains an enduring symbol of timeless talent and integrity, her characters living on in the hearts of millions. Angela Lansbury's life lessons. From Angela Lansbury's extraordinary life, we learn the power of resilience, adaptability, and compassion. She faced personal trials, from heartbreak to protecting her children from danger, with grace and determination, never allowing adversity to define her. Her story teaches us that true success lies not only in professional achievements, but also in the courage to make difficult choices for the sake of loved ones. Lansbury's life reminds us that balancing career, family, and personal integrity is the greatest legacy one can leave. If Angela Lansbury's story inspired you, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more timeless legends.